Out of all the special weapons in Destiny 1 and all the power weapons in Destiny 2, I still find myself gravitating towards fusion rifles, and until recently, I could never answer the question of what fusion rifle is good, because I never sat down and did the hard math. Well, now I did. What you're seeing on the screen now is all the information we have on fusion rifles, specifically damage per bolt and charge time, because those really matter. If you remember, Guardians typically have between 192 and 200 health, and fusion rifles typically shoot 7 bolts per burst. This means that between the fusion rifle archetypes, some kill in 4 bolts, some kill in 5 bolts, some kill in 6 bolts, and some kill in all 7. The advantage to killing a target using less bolts is obvious. If it takes 4 bolts to kill a person and not 5, you kill them 1/7 of a fusion rifle burst faster, which makes it so that you're less likely to trade. You could also argue that if you have to hit less bolts on your target, then you could be more accurate at a distance, because hitting 4 bolts out of 7 is easier than hitting 5 bolts out of 7. So as a general rule of thumb, the best fusion rifles are the ones that are closest to the bolt to kill change. So you want the one that does exactly a 5 bolt kill, or the one that does exactly a 4 bolt kill. But because this is Destiny 2 and there's no random rolls, we have to go for the ones that have the right perks that make the fusion overall good, and also consider the archetype. After much deliberation with other fusion rifle users and a lot of testing and scrims, I came up with a list of fusion rifles that are sure to evaporate the competition. I only have one honorable mention, and that's the Man of War Linear Fusion. A linear fusion is special because it doesn't shoot 7 bolts, it shoots 1 very high damage bolt. The Man of War in particular is unique because of the perk Accelerated Coils, which makes the charge rate quicker at the expense of a little bit of damage, so it drops from 135 to 130. If you want to get out your calculator and do some quick math, then let's add up. If Man of War does 130 to the body, and 110 RPM hand cannons do 71 to the head, I think that equals 201, which should be a kill on pretty much any Guardian. So that's exactly what you want to use. You want to use Man of War and the Home for the Lost hand cannon, which has quick draw and is a 110 archetype. And once you have that loadout secure, all you have to do is Man of War body shot for 130, and then quick swap to the Home for the Lost for 71 to the head, like so. I'm killing B-Flag. Got it.
That Titan was the only thing left. Oh, you did?
You guys are seeing this, right? You got the fusion. Yeah, charge up while you have the radar open, aim down sights to hit your target, quick swap to the hand cannon, headshot, rinse and repeat. Look at the swap speed. It is instant. It is instant. If you constantly pre-fire and you constantly go for the body, then flinch doesn't matter as much. That's why the linear fusion is strong. In the number 5 spot, we have the Shock and Awe, which is a high impact fusion with a perk called Backup Plan, which when you switch to it reduces the charge time significantly so you could shoot faster. It really does shock and awe. In the middle we have Particle Repeater, and for the choice of sights, I say go Torch. This fusion is good because it hits 52 to the body, which means it's a 4 bolt kill. Now 52 is slightly overkill compared to 50, but out of all the high impacts, this is the most consistent, and the Backup Plan perk really sets this apart. You can argue that because it hits 52 damage at the ranges where it actually does have drop off, it might hit 50 and therefore still be a 4 bolt kill. And with the added benefit of Backup Plan with the instant swap, yeah, it's definitely a deadly fusion. Now I know there's other high impact fusions, exact same archetype, that even hit more because of their middle perks, like the Wise and Rebuke, and yeah, it even has Backup Plan. But Shock and Awe does it faster. Case and point.
After that match, can I jump up? Yeah, you'll have to take this spot, I guess. You gotta go through. Turn around, me.
Got it anyway. Let's go. Okay, I didn't get the 4 piece, but still, look at that. Instant charge, turn around while pre-firing, and then pre-fire again from the hip, and it still gets the kill even though half his body is showing. And yes, if the Titan didn't put up the barrier, it would have been a 4th. I'm still salty. In the number 4 spot, we have none other than the TELESTO the Besto, my favorite fusion rifle from Destiny 1, and they changed it to make it even better in Destiny 2, even though they changed some things about it around. What made TELESTO very powerful in Destiny 1 was the fact that its charge time was really snappy and its damage was crazy, meaning that if you're only exposed for a single burst, they're probably gonna die. Yes, TELESTO used to have delayed damage, but that was also its benefit, because you could pre-fire it on the floor and someone, shotgun ape, might slide into it and die. They changed it a little bit in Destiny 2 to make it actually do the damage that a charge time would suggest, but I think the changes actually make it better than the Destiny 1 version. No.
Chest, my chest.
No, run at him.
Allahu Akbar!
Perfect. That totally demonstrated. That was a good time. Let me set you up for this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm giving you 2. Go, 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 go. Okay, that's 1. Go again. Yeah!
Nope.
If you didn't notice from the clip, Telesto now attaches to anything, including your teammates, including power ammo, including the objective. This means that if you're playing Countdown and you pick up power ammo, you can shoot the bomb, and if the enemy tries to defuse it, poof, they die to Telesto. Sure, they could shoot Telesto on the bomb site if they know it's there, but here's the crazy thing. If you shoot the plant with Telesto, sometimes it doesn't even show up. A visual glitch. And I have been trying crazy things with the Telesto, like shooting objects that you can roll around, like balls, barrels, and so forth, hitting them with Telesto and then trying to sunbreaker punch them, but I hate to report that if you stick a movable object with Telesto, the Telesto bolts just float in the air and don't stick to the object. The only thing you can stick is your teammates, the floor, or the wall. Telesto is truly an exotic weapon. The more I use it, the more quirky things I find out about it. Like, for instance, if you get tethered by a Night Stalker, Telesto still retains full damage, because I don't think the bolts are considered part of your character once they leave the barrel. But yeah, at some point in the near future, I'll get my friends together with Telestos, we'll get Defenders, same 14 bubbles, and start luring some people into Telesto death fields. In the number 3 spot, we have the critical SASS. Although this fusion rifle does 36 or 38 damage depending on whether you run accelerated coils, that means it kills in 6 bolts and not 5, it still is a monster for one reason and one reason only. With the backup plan perk, when you swap to the fusion, it is nearly an instant charge rate. It's so fast that you can actually shoot it instantly twice before the perk goes away. That's right, if you switch to the fusion and backpack plan activates, you get to shoot it twice. And if that wasn't enough, it hits below 40 damage, which means it gets 5 bullets per power ammo pickup instead of 4 fusion rifle bullets. In my experience, if you're using the gun to instant swap backpack 2-time instant shot, then go for accelerated coils. If you're using it as a typical fusion rifle but want the added benefit of instant 2-tapping, then go for particle repeater. So again, for clarification, if you're only using it when it backpacks, go accelerated coils. If you're not, use particle repeater. I think I said enough on this fusion, so let's roll a clip.
Molotov.
Okay, I know me not getting the 4-man has royally pissed somebody off, but come on, it was still a pretty cool clip. Here's the play-by-play. I devour my grenade so that I get my health back when I kill somebody, instant swap, double tap critical SASS, see? Double tap, turn around 180, start pre-firing as I slide, instant kill. And then I choke the 4th. Quickly moving on to the number 2 spot so you forget that I choked the 4th, here is the main ingredient. This fusion rifle has it all, and it has to do with the archetype. The archetype is a precision frame, which means that its recoil is predictably up and down, not left to right, which means that when you shoot, you can pull down slightly on your control stick or mouse and really tighten the spread. If you tighten the spread, that means you hit more bolts, and on top of that, it can hit exactly 50 per bolt with liquid coils, meaning that you only need 4 bolts to kill. Now you could opt for enhanced battery and it'll hit 48 per bolt, but liquid coils makes it 50. Rampage does boost the damage for every successive kill, meaning you could run enhanced battery, get a kill, and then have it a 50 bolt, or you could start with liquid coils, get your consistent kill, then rampage, and map somebody with 55 damage per bolt. Sorry for the background noise, I've legit recorded this section probably 50 times, and I'm not going to do it again. To repeat for clarity, this weapon is the most consistent because of its archetype and perks. Combined, it makes it, in my opinion, the number 2 fusion rifle in Destiny. Let's roll some clips. Got it.
Two tags.
GTX Titan back and one shot on the back. I got the other kid, Cam, I'm right there. Okay, you go.
I'm gonna map him.
Rip. Arc buddies.
Yeah. And then the cross map.
Billy trying to go across the teleporter.
While fusion rifles are pretty similar when comparing console and PC, mouse and keyboard lets you quickly swipe between two targets without losing damage. And again, because this is a precision frame, you don't have to adjust for recoil that much, so you could confidently quickly swipe across two targets even if they're on opposite sides of your screen. I'm sure you guys knew that main ingredient would be very high up on this list because in the beta, you could straight up give people a secret blend of herbs and spices. This gun is no doubt in my mind the fusion rifle that I would recommend to someone who is brand new to using a fusion rifle. In the number 1 spot, we have the Nox Cordis, and yes, it's a rare fusion, a blue fusion. It has Rampage, liquid coils, and 2 sights that are mediocre, but the fusion rifle itself definitely makes up for it. This is the only fusion in Destiny 2 that hits exactly 40 damage per bolt. So that means that unfortunately it gets 4 bullets per power ammo pickup, but don't let that fool you for saying this fusion doesn't deserve the number 1 spot. If I had to describe this fusion rifle in just one phrase, I would call it the Acreus Killer. I call it this because if you're only going to get 4 bullets anyway, you should probably always go Acreus, but Acreus is an exotic weapon. So if you want to use a different exotic weapon, you put on the Nox Cordis. Its charge rate is so fast that if an Acreus user wants to try to close the gap and slide towards you, they're not going to be in one-shot kill range before this fusion rifle quickly charges up and annihilates them. Although Rampage is a nice perk and sometimes lets you get a fusion rifle snipe, it's not necessary. What makes this fusion good is the fact that it hits 40 per bolt and is the fastest charge rate to do so. If you still doubt that the Nox Cordis should be in the number 1 spot, well, you haven't seen it being used before. Seriously, my friend Drewski uses this in scrims, organized Destiny matches, against some of the best players in Destiny 2, and still wrecks face.
Hunters like me blaze a path to the rescue. Strength numbers now.
Well, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. It took an eternity to make, had to use every fusion rifle in Destiny, pull power ammo, and test how much they hit. It sucked, but I mean it was worth it. Now we know what fusion rifles in this game are worth using. If you enjoyed this video even 1%, let me know in the comment section so I can continue making videos that you enjoy. See ya.